asleep.
Hey there. Thanks for buying my kit this month. Welcome to paradise. A little pop of paradise, actually. That's what our stamp set's all about today. It's this really cool pineapple that I love, and the little flamingo and some cool leaves. So these are the 3 cards that we're going to make, and you know by now that you make doubles, so you're going to make 6 total cards at home. And let's go ahead and start with this hello. I'm going to move these other ones out of the way. And just as a real reminder, you use Cucumber Crush and Tangerine Tango, and make sure that you got your tuxedo black ink. Okay, let's get started. All right, so I've just got all my stuff in a little kit here, ready to pull out. Okay, first things first, pretty simple with this card because I already have it almost all done. Flip this around to the back, grab your Snell adhesive. You remember how to go across and straight up. And you just do a little on top and bottom and side to side. Okay, this just goes center right on your white cardstock. That looks good to me. Push it down, perfect. Okay, the rest of this is so easy and fun. All right, I wanted to show you, this was the Pop of Paradise Designer Series paper. It only came with 2, so I ran out, and I wanted to show you that you can also do it with your neutral Designer Series paper stack. So this comes in a stack of neutrals, and it's available year-round, which is really cool. So if you run out of this, you can do it with this. All right, so what we're gonna do next is grab your glue dots. You remember what these look like? Just grab one of those little glue dots, and we're gonna put the glue dots kind of on the right side. What we're gonna do with that is do our cute little gold thread, and that comes in your little baggie, and you remember you have 2 because you have 1 per card. And then what I do is just kind of wrap it around, you know, about 3 or 4 times. And I kind of loosen it up a little if I think it looks too tight, and then I just grab it. So I don't know if you saw what I did, but I kind of twisted it and grabbed it, and it made it just kind of go all kind of crazy. You don't need it to be perfect. Okay, then you bring it to your glue dot, and this is probably the trickiest part because it moves around as you go down to put it there, to put it in its spot. Sorry. So the cool thing is once it's on its spot, you just kind of move it around to where you want it to be. Let's just do one little guy right there. Perfect. Okay, so it kind of turns out looking like that. I hope that I'm in the middle of the frame and you can see, yes, I am. Perfect. Okay, so the next thing we're gonna do is turn your pineapple around. Oh, I forgot. I gotta show you how to do your pineapple. It's pretty easy and pretty fun. So you're gonna grab this piece of paper that I gave with you, and you're gonna do 2 of these pineapples, and let's start with the Tangerine Tango. And now this is a little harder if you're new, but you just stamp the bottom and just slowly move your way up. And if you get too much into your leaves, just grab your wipey and kind of mix some of that off. Or you can use your hand and just kind of smear it. And I kind of want a cool smeared look. I kind of want the colors to blend. Another really cool way to do this is with the markers. I like it best with the markers, but I didn't want to make you guys buy the markers just to do this part. So do you see how I did the top in the Cucumber Crush and the bottom in the, what is this? This is Tangerine Tango. All right, so that's all ready to go, and you just stamp it up and down on your paper, just like that. And then what you will do is cut it out. Okay, so you'll do that twice and cut them out. Now, just to save us time, I have already done the pineapple for you. And I have it all cut out. So turn it around to the back and do one of your little dimensional. See, I cut these up so they're in half. They're normally like a little hexagon. And I just cut it in half so it goes longer, and then it fits perfectly on there. So let's take off, there's a backing that you need to take off. Take that off, and now it's sticky. And then we can kind of decide where we want this cute little guy to go. I like it right there. Perfect. That looks good. You can move your like gold thread around wherever you want it to be. And then all you have left is your little cheers or hello or whatever you want it to say. And I use the multi-purpose green glue with the fine tip turn it around to the back, and I just kind of shake it down if you've used it before and there's not a lot left. And then I just do little dots. Honestly, if you do more than little dots, it goes everywhere and it's just frustrating. So this is gonna be, I just kind of want him, you're gonna see where you want it to go. And what's cool is you can move it around with this green glue. I think I like it right there. And if you get some of the glue outside of where you want it to be, not a big deal because it dries clear. And what's cool is you can move this until it sets, so you got a couple seconds to move it around. Okay, flip that around to the back, and then you're gonna use 4 little half dimensionals on the back, because I liked the dimension with this one. Gosh, this card is so fast. All we have left after this is doing the cute little embellishments, these little gold little sequins on the top. So we can do that very last step. And remember to take your little paper off of your dimensional so it will stick. And I did it kind of like a cool funky angle. I thought that looked really good. Yeah, that looks good. Okay, and then just push down, put pressure on your corners. All right, here's a little trick to use your dimension or your little glue dots. I like glue dots with these little guys because I found that they hold a little bit stronger than the multi-purpose glue for something that's a little heavier. So grab a glue dot off, and you could use one full one, but I just tear it in half and kind of like honestly kind of scrunch it up. And then I put it on the back of my little sequence. Stick my sequence down where I want it to be. And you guys may have gotten a heart in your little kit. I kind of thought it would be fun to try. Yeah, I like it. With a heart, this one just has a 3 circular, so you can do it different on each one, but see how it looks really cool with a different background paper? So just so you know, you're not stuck just doing this paper, but you will get this paper to my left. You will get that in your kit. Okay, this card is all done. Here's your sample. This is my own design. I had really a lot of fun designing this card. It's really fun and easy, really fast. So these I had pre-stamped and cut out. Once again, it's really fast and easy for you to stamp this one in tuxedo black and cut it out with your fine tip scissors or whatever scissors you have at home. And then same with the pineapple. I did it the exact same where I used the Tangerine Tango on bottom and the Cucumber Crush on top. Feel free at home to change the colors around. Like it's really pretty with a Daffodil Delight or a Crushed Curry at the bottom. And it's even kind of cool with the Bermuda Bay, especially with the pen. So just wanted to let you know the options. Okay, we're gonna do our background first. So we're gonna move everything out of the way and we're gonna grab this cool leaf and we're gonna grab our Cucumber Crush. All right. Okay, and just with your Cucumber Crush, you just get, this one's really well inked, so you just get enough on there. And then you kind of just stamp some off to the side. You want a paper underneath you so that you don't get your workspace all messy. And then you're just gonna stamp around wherever you think looks good. So to make this go by faster, I'm gonna just delete most of this out of your videos so that you can just do this at home really quickly. All right, so you guys know that an easy way to clean your stamps is you can kind of stamp off on your paper and then grab your little wipey. And colors like this, they do get kind of messy and they can get all over your fingers. But yeah, you just use a baby wipe. There's other ways to clean, but that is just the fastest. So we've got our background of our paper all done. All right, let's flip both of these back to their back side. Grab your half dimensionals and you're gonna use one on each corner. See how simple that is? One on each corner. These are really fast, easy cards, so you'll find that you like getting these done fast. Especially if you're a beginner, this is a good one to start with. Okay, let's pull those up. And I'm gonna go ahead and put this down in my center, slightly up towards the top a little bit more than dead center. Okay, then let's do our next layer. And you're gonna put dimensionals on the back of your thank you and your pineapple, and that's our next step. See how fast this card is. Really, I've done a lot of the work for you. So I cut these shapes out. They're called lots of labels. I cut those out with my Big Shot machine. So a lot of times I want to save you guys time and effort. So I do a lot of the cutting for you and put it in your kit. So I showed you that I'm flipping these around to the back and I'm putting on my little dimensionals. And take off the backing so that it's sticky. And I like to place my thank you first because then the rest of it is kind of easy to know where I want my pineapple. So you put your thank you first and then you can put your pineapple and you can kind of move up, kind of give it some dimension and move up your leaves towards the ceiling. And then just stick that on. And our very last step is to put on some rhinestones. All right, so stick one rhinestone on each corner, just kind of on the corner there. I thought that looks really cool. And it's a fun way to use your rhinestones. And this card is like both masculine and feminine. Really, I picked these colors because you could use it both masculine or feminine. So see how fast and easy that was? Oh my goodness, we're already on our last card and this one's even easier. Because we just stamp our background, which is the first step that we're gonna do. Is stamp your background. Okay. All right, so I'm going to use all three colors for the background. And let's start with our Cucumber Crush. I just think it's a really good staple. And then you're going to grab this long, beautiful leaf that's from the Pop of Paradise stamp set that's right here. That's the main one we're going to use for a background. And just get enough on your leaf that it looks all covered. And I kind of had one coming off the right hand side, just coming into the card. I thought that looked kind of cool. Feel free to switch around how you have these. I mean, you don't have to do it exactly how I did it, which is kind of fun because then you can make it your own. That's what we call in the stamp world casing. So you'll grab an idea from someone either online or wherever you see an idea or in your idea book, your catalog, and then you just change it to make it your own, and it's called casing. Learned something new today, huh? Yeah, I learn something new every day. But one reason I like to do these classes with you is because I feel like I learn along with you. So thanks for letting me be a part of that journey. And I get to create all these cool projects for you guys to do at home, and it's been pretty fun for me. All right. So we're just stamping that off on the corner. And I'm just getting enough on the top here because I'm going to do one right here. Perfect. Okay, this is the Tangerine Tango. It's very similar to another color, so I always want to call it Tangelo Twist, which is an in color that's not out anymore. And it's not, it's Tangerine Tango. So sorry if I mess up, I just want to let you know ahead of time. Oh, this one's fun to do the background. Really, I really enjoy doing this background. It's kind of relaxing. Okay, I've done my background. I just have one more black one to do, and hopefully we have enough room. I think we do. Just cleaning off my stamp. And then you're going to pull out your Memento black ink. Let's finish this up. We're also going to use a black ink to stamp our flamingo. And remember, you'll be stamping your flamingo twice. I think I need to re-ink my Memento black ink because it comes with a re-inker that you can buy separate. Because, yeah, it's taking a second to get it inked. So I'll make sure I do that before my next video. Okay, speed things up. All right, I should have enough room for a really cool black little accent. And it's, yeah, that looks so cool. Maybe not the angle I liked per se, but it's pretty cool. Okay, let's get the black off that sucker. And let's grab your flamingo. And then let's put this card aside. And pretty much what you're gonna have in your kit is something like this long, a white thing of cardstock. And you're gonna be able, you should be able to do 2 flamingos. I already have one cut out just to show you, but you should be able to do 2 flamingos, and you're going to start from the bottom and stamp your first one at the bottom. Right here. You can do him at an angle too, because that gives you a little more space in your cardstock. Okay, see that? Oh, beautiful. Okay, and then you would stamp it, you'd ink it up and stamp it at a different angle, see, like that? Okay, but I don't need to do that. I'm going on next to do my leaf. So I did the leaf in Cucumber Crush. Just wanted to show you. I also did it in black, so if you want to spice this up, you can add some black behind your green leaf. I thought it looked cool both ways, so it just depends on what you want. But let's go ahead and grab our Cucumber Crush. You probably also could do it in the Tangerine Tango. That would look pretty cool. So how I did it is I thought it would look kind of cool if I stamped off first and made it lighter. And then I thought that would look kind of nice, just a slightly lighter hue since this one is so dark and bold, and it's meant to have kind of a bold look. So remember that you would do that twice, so you would ink it up and do it again, and then you'd have enough room for your 2 flamingos and your 2 leaves for both of your cards. Okay, so pretty much what we're going to do is just cut that out. I'm not going to cut the flamingo out because I already have one done. But I will go ahead real quick and cut out my leaf because you can see how fast this is to cut out. I moved my paper instead of moving my shears. Okay, I got that cut out. Let's grab our card and our little embellishments. So let's get it all out, shall we? You should have 3 little sequins that are silver, 1 longer thing of sequins thread, and a baker's twine that's in black. Okay, the baker's twine we're going to use first, and we're going to put this one around your thing twice. So what I would suggest doing is have enough extras that you can kind of, that you're going to be able to do your bow with. Okay, cool. So I'm going to go around this sucker twice, my card, and back around so that I can tie it. You can move it around a little bit to make sure it's where you want it tied. Make sure we have enough here. Okay, so kind of what I did is I kind of put mine at an angle. Let's bring this bottom one up a little bit. And then I tied it really tight, and then I just moved it around a little bit after I did my bow. Okay. So I also was not super talented at first at tying bows. I really was scared when I looked at ribbon and said, what, you want me to tie that? And it has gotten easier. So one of the tricks is that you let it tie, and then you can kind of pull it the length that you want it to be. And I like it like that, except this one I want to be a little tiny bit shorter so it doesn't look funky. And like what I did afterwards is I made an angle by pulling the left top one just up a little bit. And you could pull this bottom one down. You could do a little glue dot and put it together. I think that's actually kind of a cute idea. But let's take your flamingo and turn him around to the back. And we're going to take our dimensionals. And let's do 2 little dimensional halves. I want one on his head so that he pops. I didn't do any on his legs. I just let his legs kind of come up. And then I did one on his body. And take your little backing off and pop up his feet just a little bit so it kind of gives you your dimension to it. And I slid him right on through the bottom half, you know, wherever you want him to be. And I think that looks kind of cool right there. At like a little angle right there like that. And then you're going to take this behind. I think I just did it flat, but I think I want to do a dimensional this time on the back of the little leaf. And stick them back behind here wherever you want them to be. Yeah, that looks cool. I like that. And I like that ribbon in the front. Okay, we are almost done. So you're going to use your glue dots for the very end. And you turn this around where you can see the thread. And you're going to grab one of these that looks like it's kind of the middle of the sequins. And you kind of let the rest of them hang down like that. And you can do it however you want. I think I did it underneath, like I pulled up my little ribbon and then I put it on and let it fall wherever it fell. And that looks really cool. It's cool how they all kind of turn out different. Anyways, okay, then use a glue dot, and you saw me do this trick before where you split it in half, and you're gonna use one little half on the back, and I kind of scrunch it up so it pops. And you can stick these wherever you want. Like I said, you don't have to put them where I put them. Sometimes I'm a creature of habit and I do it in the same spots. But it's kind of fun to, like, each card is gonna turn out a little bit different. Okay, I'm using my last glue dot and I kind of crunched it up. I didn't leave it flat. And I'm gonna put my last one. I think I like it up there, right there. Okay, oh my goodness. So we just finished our cards. So you can see the variation that you can do in these cards with a different background. And you could do different colors on here. So I hope you had fun with that. It was a fast, fun kit to do. And let me know if you have any questions. You can visit my site at cmcstamps.com. And that stands for Color Me Crazy with Trisha Williams. Okay, we'll see you later. Thanks for coming today.